Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ship Talk. My name is Jared, co-founder of Logistic, where we help shippers better monitor, manage, and reduce their shipping costs. Today, I'm joined by my colleague, Mr. Johnny Fletcher, to discuss holiday peak season. Johnny, thanks for coming back. Great to see you again.
Good to see you. My pleasure.
So, Johnny, we're here finding ourselves in the beginning of October. It's been a doozy of a year.
It has.
We have holiday peak season coming up here shortly. What exactly is holiday peak season?
All right. Well, typically, holiday peak season is a time of the year when there's a large uptick in shipments, but for both like carriers, FedEx and UPS. And what usually will happen is they will waive the service guarantee, basically the guarantee of when these shipments will be delivered. Because of the stress that's on their networks during this time. They do try to hire people. They do try to, help with this issue, but unfortunately, there's still going to be late deliveries, and that's why they waive that guarantee.
When does holiday peak season typically start, and when does it end?
It typically starts around Thanksgiving, and it typically ends by the first of the year.
So if I understand you correctly, Johnny, during this period, the guarantee associated with the different services that both UPS and FedEx offers doesn't exist?
Yeah, so typically it does not exist. Primarily right around Thanksgiving and right around like a week before Christmas, they'll actually kind of waive all that stuff, or there's no guarantee. But usually for a few weeks after Thanksgiving, and they will just basically waive all the ground shipments, but they usually have the air ones in place, but they will waive them when it comes to a week before Christmas.
So all of this in an effort to basically account for the influx in package volume that the carriers see over the holidays.
Correct. Yeah.
So Johnny, how is this year's holiday peak season unique in comparison to peak seasons in years past?
Well, it's unique because it's 2020, and due to COVID,
it's a stupid question.
But it's good information to have. Due to COVID this year, the carriers actually have put increased restrictions on their shipping since basically late March of this year. So due to that, and also there's been a lot more natural disasters this year since compared to years past, with all the hurricanes coming, which also put increased pressures on the network of the carriers. So due to that, this new holiday season for 2020, which usually has the pressures of the holiday season due to increased shipping, is doubly stressed because of these other factors, such as the natural disasters and because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. We've seen a change in shipping characteristics since March, where delivery density has changed,
yes.
Whereas UPS and FedEx prior to March would be able to pull up to a building like the building that we're in,
yeah.
and deliver 100 packages.
Right.
Well, now all those recipients of those packages work from home in residences, so they're having to make 100 individual deliveries to get those same 100 packages delivered. On top of, we're seeing an increase in package volume altogether. E-commerce being a perfect example.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Specific industries that have just exploded. All that on top of what you just mentioned, some of the weather issues that we've seen this year, is really creating a perfect storm for a disastrous holiday peak season this year. Would you agree?
I would completely agree. Yeah. So expect more delays than usual than any probably Christmas season of years past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. So with that said, what should shippers expect transit times to look like as it relates to delays this upcoming holiday peak season?
I would say shippers should expect at least a few days added to everything they're shipping, just because of everything we mentioned previously. They're going to see these delays happen, and they're going to have to probably plan for those in advance.
Now, what can companies do during this period to minimize shipping costs while still meeting customer delivery expectations?
Well, quite frankly, to maybe try and lower the expectations of the customers by actually talking to them and saying,
tough thing to do.
It is a tough thing to do. I mean, that's the first thing they can do, obviously, just to say, hey, this is a tough season, especially because of 2020. So there could be some delays. But what they can do to kind of help that is they can ask their customers to basically put orders in early. That way, they'll give them a few days in advance to get things before they actually need it for their clients and customers. A lot of companies are going to have sales, basically, which is a great thing to do. So if they have sales earlier than when they actually need the product, they can kind of artificially spread out the demand that the customers will have for the products that they are offering.
Got it. Makes sense. It sounds like essentially what you're saying is communication
Yes.
and expectation setting is going to be key. So I think the old adage of undercommitting and over-delivering would apply here.
Yeah.
So if shippers just want to set an expectation with their customers that it may take this amount of time, giving themselves a little bit of breathing room, and then the carriers are able to deliver more quickly, then you don't have a upset customer.
Exactly.
All right, so delivery guarantees have been waived.
Yes.
There have been a lot of complexities related to COVID. How can shippers plan to be as cost effective as possible this upcoming holiday peak season?
Yes, by planning on shipping things early, you can actually look at what services that are offered that will get it to the customer before they actually need it. And one thing you can look at is actually looking at ground versus air. There are actually some circumstances where ground packages are actually guaranteed to be delivered in the same amount of days that an air package would be. It depends on how far you're basically going. For example, let's say that you needed to ship something from Los Angeles to San Diego and it needed to get there in one day, right? Instinctively, you would say, I need to ship it next day to get it there that next day. But actually, ground, I can almost guarantee you that ground from Los Angeles to San Diego has that same delivery transit time of one day because it's just so close. So why would you pay the extra money for an air for something that will get delivered the same amount of time for a much cheaper service like ground?
That makes total sense. It's a great example, a great point to bring up. And yeah, the importance of paying attention to expected delivery times with each of the services is of utmost importance this upcoming holiday season. An example you just used, even, I mean, in some cases, you could ship a 2-day air package from Los Angeles to San Diego, which is guaranteed, well, not guaranteed right now, but expected to be delivered within 2 days.
Yes.
But if you actually ship that ground, it's expected to be delivered within 1 day, right? So it's cheaper and comes with a quicker time in transit estimate.
Absolutely.
Right?
No brainer. You should go with the ground.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, Johnny, thank you for the insight. It's been great chatting with you as always. And thank you everyone for watching. For more information on how you can join the thousands of businesses currently using Logistic to monitor, manage, and reduce their shipping costs, please visit our website at www.logistic.com, where you can create a free account. Till next time, take care.